5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Although the series was set in 2063, some of the ideas, oddly enough, came from 1963.
Now, where were we?
I remember I had read in a paper
yeah.
a Japanese
However,
store, big store,
due to other
had to be
pressing
moved
business,
because of a road
I shall
widening
have to
scheme.
decline. But would like you to know that your scheme to move the Empire State Building strikes me as being daring and imaginative.
In a few moments, the National Television Broadcasting System will show you a construction job that leaves the building of the pyramids in the shade. Today, the Empire State Building here in New York City is going to be moved 200 yards, not piece by piece, but as it stands, all 1,250 feet of it. Any minute now, the tremendously powerful atomic engines will start to move its gigantic load to the new site. The signal's been given. She's moving. Yes, she's moving.
And of course, Derek Meddings built this wonderful imagery of these huge machines. And in order to cause a disaster, obviously, the building had to collapse. Now, why would it collapse? So I came up with the idea of an underground stream and therefore a hollow cave underneath and the building tumbling down into this cave into destruction.
In all the years of my broadcasting, this must be the most breathtaking moment I have ever experienced. Hold everything. Something's gone wrong. The ground is cracking under the track. It's like an earth tremor beneath my feet. There is something wrong. The atomic motors are shutting down. This is a mighty dangerous situation. The ground around the building is crumbling. We are in direct line of fire. We have just been ordered off this site by the police. There is, I understand, a very real danger that the entire building could collapse at any moment. We will be on the air again as soon as we have... Joe, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, Ned.
The whole area is subsiding, Joe. We've got to get out of here. And fast.
We apologize for the loss of your picture, and we have grave fears for the safety of Ned Cook. We hope to bring you pictures of the minute-to-minute happenings here in New York City in a few moments.
She's coming down. Right on top of us.
Thunderbirds are go.
I remember in storyline conferences, I was always happy for anything that would make for action, provided that nobody kind of got hurt, except the evil people in the show.
All missile launches to be at go. Attack station. Traeger interceptor missile. Stand by. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Fire! Missiles!
More height, Virgil. You need more height.
I remember the crash landing of Thunderbird 2 on Tracy Island, where all the foam was automatically triggered and sprayed the aircraft. This was an idea that had come to me when, from my RAF days, when aircraft would land at Manston on a bed of foam in an endeavour to prevent them catching light.
Flaps down. Banking for final approach. Easy does it. Easy. Wheels have gone. I can't hold her. I'm gonna crash.
Release foam, Section B.
And so again, it really was taking actuality and pushing it forward 100 years.
How are you, Virgil?
Welcome back to the land of the living.
What happened to Thunderbird 2?
Now, quit worrying about that. She was badly damaged, but she's gonna be okay.
There's nothing that a few weeks' work won't put right.
A few weeks? But that's terrible. Supposing she's needed on call.
Well, let's hope she's not. Now, you relax. You need a lot of rest. You take care of yourself, and we'll take care of Thunderbird 2. Thunderbirds are go.
There was an episode called Path of Destruction, and this featured one of my favourite machines. It was called the Crab Logger. Gigantic machine on tracks, had two huge claws on the front, and it could literally grab a tree and pull it out of the ground just like it was plucking a radish. And it was used in context with the story, obviously to clear, say, a path through a forest, or maybe a new road to be laid. It had a crew aboard. It was atomic powered. And everything was fine until the crew was struck down with food poisoning.
I'm telling you, Jensen, he's passed out. I don't feel too good myself.
Right. Listen to me, McCall.
You deliver the first load. Take her off remote and close down the reactor.
No, we can't. It'll be all right, Jensen. I can handle her.
McCall, listen to me.
I'm calling the operation off for today. Is that clear?
He's passed out.
It's no good, Sims. We just can't stop her. McCall can't have got to that remote switch in time.
But Jensen, the village, it's right in the path of the crab lugger.
Look, we've got to keep the tankers feeding her with superon and keep the transporters unloading her. If that processing machine got jammed, the whole thing could explode and raise everything to the ground within a 50-mile radius.
Those fellas have got the same bug as Franklin. Must have been Sancho's special. Jensen, what are we gonna do?
Sims, there's only one outfit can handle this situation.
You're kidding. There's nothing anyone can do.
Crab Lager Base calling International Rescue. But you have warned the village.
Oh, yeah. One of the transporters has gone to assist in evacuation. If that machine gets near the village, the processing plant will get jammed for sure.
Look, International Rescue, anything can happen. Okay, Crab Lager Base, we're on our way.
There's just one other thing.
With luck, that machine might bypass the village. But one thing's for sure. It's heading straight for the San Martino Dam.
That's the position, Father. The controller at the Crab Lager base seemed to think it was pretty desperate.
Right, Scott. You better get out there straight away.
Yes, sir.
Got any ideas about how we should cope with this?
Well, Jim Lucas is our man. He built the crab lugger for Robotics International in England. And he could answer all Scott's danger zone queries.
But if we wait till International Rescue gets there, it might be too late for him to be able to help us.
And it would mean revealing our identity if we contacted him direct.
That's right, Virgil. Well, never mind. I've got a better idea.
Jeff, how simply splendid of you to call. Is it business or pleasure?
Well, let's put it this way, Penny. It's always a pleasure to do business with you.
Why, thank you, Jeff.
I want you to contact Jim Lucas of Robotics International. He's their chief design man. We need to know the shutdown procedure of the crab lugger. It's a matter of life and death. Now, let's see. It'll be late evening with you, won't it?
Yes, Jeff. He won't be at the plant now.
That makes it a bit difficult, Penny, but we must contact him. People's lives are in danger.
Leave it with me, Jeff. I'll be in touch with you directly.
Yes, Mr. Jansen. The last truck has just left the village. There is no one left now but me.
All right, then, Gutierrez.
You better clear out. That machine will be on top of you any moment.
I can hear the machine. It's in the village.
Right. Get the heck out of there.
If that processing plant gets jammed with bricks and mortar, they'll hear the bang 100 miles away. So beat it.
Thunderbird 1 to International Rescue Base.
Go ahead, Scott.
I'm now at the danger zone, Father. Virgil will be arriving in 15 minutes. That gives us just 42 minutes to cut our way in and shut down the reactor.
You think you can do it, Scott?
Well, I guess we can get into the crab logger, okay? But we must have the shutdown procedure for the reactor as soon as we do. It's going to be that close.
Is that the personnel file there?
Yes, it is.
And you still insist on not telling me where I can find Mr. Lucas?
I'm afraid there's no question about it, madam.
Very well, then. I'm afraid I can't wait any longer.
What are you trying to do? What is this? What's the big idea?
I'm sorry to inflict this on you, but I have to find Mr. Lucas tonight. I assure you, you'll suffer no after effects of this beam. And thanks for this. I'll see that it's returned to you.
Where to now, madam?
20 Hazelmere Gardens, Aylsham. And full speed ahead, Parker. We mustn't let Scott and Virgil down.
Just take a look at that. International rescue to crab logger base.
How long now before it reaches the dam?
You got about 34 minutes, International Rescue. Okay, base control. You'll be hearing from us. Right. Now hold tight.
We're nearly on it.
Right. You know the plan. Get to your positions. You've got less than 13 minutes before the crab logger gets to the site.
But I can't leave yet. I've got to get my papers together.
Manuel.
Can't you get it into your head? When that crab logger falls into the dam, as it's going to do in about 10 minutes, the reactor's going to explode and tear the wall of the dam apart and release so much water into the valleys
But not one villager's going to be left standing.
We're nearly through. I sure hope Penelope's going to come up with the information we need.
Don't move, Mr. Lucas. This gun is pointed straight at your head.
Well, who are you? What do you want?
In a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to repeat the correct close-down sequence for the reactor of the crab logger which you've designed. All right, Mr. Lucas. Go ahead.
To close the reactor down completely, you must depress the button marked Closing Release. The unit incorporates a time lag of about 3 minutes, after which the crab logger should stop.
3 minutes? Brains, we'll never make it in time.
Now listen, we've got to get those Superon tanks emptied. If the crab logger falls into that basin, even supposing the machine is stopped, the tanks will go up and bust the walls of the dam. The fuel release valves are on the rear of the master tank.
The other tanks are fed by the Master 1 and will not require separate draining.
Thanks, Base Control. Come on, baby, come on. Sims, look. The crab logger signal. It's getting fainter. The crab logger reactor is closing down.
She stopped.
I know, Sims. Just think where she stopped.
Best be ready to hook up the pipelines.
Gallons to go. Heck, she's going!
Be ready to jump, Brains.
Ready, Virgil.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Right, that's it. Right, Brains, jump!
That explains it.
Explains what, Jim?
And I thought it was a dream. That girl in the bedroom.
Jim, what's this about a girl in the bedroom?
Oh, it's nothing to worry about.
Thunderbirds are go.
This new project here is no more dangerous than the many atomic power plants set up all over the world.
With respect, that's hardly a complete reassurance.
The reactor is under the complete control of the project staff. Nothing can go wrong.
Sightseers still in the plant?
Yeah, still here. They don't give up, do they?
Well, I suppose it's natural. Public's got every right to be worried. If there was an accident here, the radioactivity would spread right across Australia.
Well, there's no chance of that, is there?
Hey, what are you doing? Okay, come out of there and keep your hands up.
There is no cause for alarm. The emergency will soon be under control. Station staff should report to their duty positions at once.
Looks bad to me.
Yeah, I just want to get to a phone.
This is Fire Chief to Control. It's getting out of hand. Looks bad.
Control, message received. Your orders are to contain the fire away from the main plant.
Gets to the reactor. This whole place will go up.
You have not heard the last of me. I'll make the plans of those atomic stations mine if it's the last thing I do.
This is Control to all personnel. We've received orders to evacuate. Rescue aircraft are standing by.
Any second.
One of the hallmarks of Thunderbirds were the explosions. Children love to see danger and destruction on the screen. And so people who watch the series will know that everything exploded. Bridges, rockets, buildings, anything that collapsed, any machine that was hit. And these explosions were created with small explosive charges, usually in plastic bags containing pieces of wreckage of the machine or building that was being destroyed. And the charge was then detonated with the camera turning at high speed. And of course, when the film was developed and printed and run at normal speed, the explosion was slowed down. And the effect was to make a very small explosion appear to be a very big explosion, with all the debris flying very slowly through the air.
Well, quite a bang.
Yeah, but there could have been a much bigger one.
Thunderbirds are go. Automated countdowns, computer-controlled launchings. It's very different from my day.
That's progress, Mr. Tracy.
I know, Brains. Hey, Tintin.
Yes, Mr. Tracy?
Turn the volume down a little, will you?
Oh, but it's Michelle and the asteroids. They're great.
I don't know about great, but they're certainly loud.
Well, folks, that's just about it for today. Don't forget to focus in tomorrow for another non-stop, gagging, glorious, ginormous session with yours truly, Rick O'Shea. And remember, all the way with KLA.
Isn't he just minty?
I can't see anything in him myself. How about you, Brains?
I'm afraid music in the modern idiom is too repetitive for my taste. But I must admit the rhythm has a certain hypnotic effect.
You're just jealous.
Jealous? Why should I be jealous of that clown?
Now, wait a minute. I think you're all overlooking one important point. Those TV casts are coming from an unauthorized satellite, a pirate.
Oh, what harm does it do, Mr. Tracy?
It's more than harmful, Tintin. It's dangerous. The many satellites orbiting the world travel in an exact internationally controlled path. But that TV station is not controlled. It's a menace. And it could cause a very serious accident.
Professor, emergency.
What's wrong?
I'll get a computer readout. The second stage has failed to separate.
It looks bad. Try to activate cutoff.
Right. Negative response.
Well, it looks as if we have a rogue bird on our hands.
Calling International Space Control. Come in, please.
International Space Control, go ahead.
This is Sentinel Base. We have a stage failure on a Telsat 4. Request clearance to destroy.
International Space Control to Sentinel Base.
Here it comes. Sentinel Base. Go ahead, ISC.
Here's the information you requested. Deceleration and gravipull have been taken into account. Trajectory 0.89 permanent. Time 1 minute 07 seconds.
That's it. That's great. I got it. Hey, Loman, how high do we orbit?
Perigee 120.5 miles, apogee 140.2.
Average 128, okay?
Near a 130.
Well, what's a mile or so? Listen, the station that's great. From 128. Get it? 128 miles. Ha, what do you think?
Fantastic.
Detonate. Everyone becomes involved in a bad launch. Don't blame yourself, Power.
I just wish my last one from here hadn't turned out this way.
Well, there's one consolation. No lives were endangered.
Thunderbirds are go.
Lady Penelope calling International Rescue Headquarters.
Go ahead, Penny. How's Australia looking?
An idea has occurred to me. It concerns you, Jeff.
What's on your mind, Penny?
Well, as far as I can remember, you haven't had a vacation for at least 18 months.
Yeah, but...
I think you should join me here in Australia and spend a few days on my farm. Now, I'll make certain you're not disturbed, and you can relax completely. Now, I'll expect you at my farm this evening. I insist you come.
Well, how do you like that? She closed down on me. But you boys realize the problems, don't you? Well, Alan, Tintin, you understand that I have to be here, don't you?
Sure, Dad. Now, if you'll excuse us, Tintin and I are going to play tennis.
Gordon, Brains. It's not that I don't want to go. It's in case of an emergency. Okay, I'll go to Australia.
Hello. Atlantic? This is Frank Hooper, rig superintendent here. I don't like the sound of what you just said.
All the explosions will be beneath the surface. Out of the 40 rigs in the area, yours is the nearest.
There's absolutely no chance of any danger.
Gyropedos 1 and 2 at ready, sir.
Right. Approaching radio control target vessel. Contact. Way both. Seek and destroy.
Number 1 is moving off course, sir.
Second strike negative. Kill it, Captain.
You heard the commander, Lieutenant. Destroy by remote.
I can, sir. No response. She's a maverick.
What's up, Scott?
Oh, nothing, John. Just wondering how things were with you.
Well, it's all quiet here.
How about that atomic explosion in the Atlantic?
No problems there. The sea's calmed down. Guess the guys on that rig are glad about that.
Another fire column. Get international rescue fast, O'Shea. The rig. One of the support columns has slipped its shackles. All set, Dick? You know what we have to do.
Yeah. Check the extent of the damage.
That's it. And we better take a look at the other supports. Look serious, Dick. Okay, Dick?
I guess so. Oh, what happened?
The rig slipped again, and the sphere wind systems were severed. We're trapped down here.
Thunderbirds are go.
Use the brake, honey. You're going too fast. Brake, will ya? Well, what in thunder are you doing? You kill us! No, for Pete's sake! Get out of here! The car's on fire. Quick! The emergency exit.
Fire in areas 1 and 2. Check all sprinkler systems and alarms.
Systems negative.
Operate emergency systems.
It's no good. They don't respond.
Okay. Alert all fire appliances. We must contain the fire to the sub-basement, so seal it off.
Corridor C14 clear. C14 sealed. 10 appliances will be here within 7 minutes.
Good. Direct them to Section 12. The people in the tower won't see them there. It's vital that we don't scare anyone. And if we're lucky, we won't need the tenders.
Gee, Mom and Dad sure take their time. Say, Dad, I'm gonna hide. I bet you won't find me.
Oh, yes, we will.
Oh, no, you won't.
D49 clear. D49 sealed.
Okay, this is the police. We're coming in to get you.
Corridor D50 clear. Corridor D50 sealed.
Well, now let's find our way out of this maze.
Say, Blanche, we can't go that way. It's blocked.
I told you should have bought a guidebook. Joe, we're shut in here.
What's going on around here?
All corridors checked and sealed.
That means we can contain the fire in areas 1 and 2.
Yeah, she'll just burn herself out down there. Say, the main vent seal has failed to operate. That's the building alarm.
The fire's cut the tower. We must seal that vent shaft. Alert fire tenders and get to work on that vent cover.
It's no good. The cover's jammed, and flames are going right up the building.
Okay. Move those tenders in. We can't wait any longer.
But the people in the tower will panic if they see 20 appliances screaming towards them.
They'll see nothing at all if those flames are not put out. Get them here now.
Hey, open this door. Let us out.
Joe, look.
Place is on fire. And shut us in. Open this door.
Section 7 evacuated.
And Section 10.
Fire Chief to Central Control. All pumps operational, but we're not holding the fire.
Check the cameras. Let's see if the fire spread.
Corridor D50 clear. Say, wait, how did they get in there? We checked all those corridors. They were empty.
Maybe. But there are 3 people in there now. And we've got to get them out.
But how? It's impossible. No one can get near the sub-basement entrances.
We've lost the picture. Which corridor were they in?
D50. But we can't reach that. What are we going to do?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Walls are getting hotter every minute. And the smoke. You can hardly see.
I can't hold out much longer, Joe. Oh, Joe, why don't they come?
Who, Blanche? Who? Don't you see? No one can get us out of this now. The whole Thompson Tower must be ablaze.
Thunderbirds are go.
It's obviously very difficult to come up with a new major disaster every week for 32 weeks.
I'm giving the orders for the bridge to be reopened. We've wasted enough time.
With all due respect, sir, I think it would be very unwise. Let's wait until we've carried out some more tests.
The Martian probe rocket must get to the takeoff site without a hitch. We're going to make sure it doesn't get held up at Allington Bridge.
Great idea, this, sending us over to England with the ship. These tuning up jobs would have taken another week.
It wasn't done to give us a joyride. You know, if they don't meet this launching date, it'll be another 4 years before Mars is in the right position again.
Yeah, I know. Well, that just about wraps it up. How about a cup of coffee?
The tonnage indicator is at maximum.
I had no idea the rocket was going to go as slow as this.
What's going on?
What in thunder was that? We're not gonna make it. Bill, do you know what's happened? The automatic countdown started. The impact must have started the countdown. We're gonna be blown to pieces.
Thunderbirds are go.
You miss those days, eh, Mr. Tracy? You must be proud to have been one of the world's first men to land on the moon.
Well, it's all a long time ago, Kirano. A long time ago.
Ex-astronaut Jeff Tracy usually found himself back at the island controlling all the rescues. But in this particular episode, Brink of Disaster, he finds himself in a very, very dangerous situation.
A piece of engineering skill, Mr. Grafton. I just hope it's been thoroughly tested. Sure it has. Some of the biggest men in the country are behind this project.
I'd have to know a lot more about the system, Mr. Grafton, and the people behind it.
I believe the train is automatically controlled. Completely. The whole track, from beginning to end, is controlled by automatic signals.
But isn't there a safety risk?
Risk? What are you talking about? Crossing the road's a risk.
Maybe, but that's not the attitude to take when people's lives are involved.
Look, a fleet of heli-jets is on constant patrol. If anything went wrong, they'd report it immediately.
Unless anything went wrong with the heli-jet.
Better get out of this piece of sky before I get my feet wet. contact base. I gotta stop the train. 304 to base. I've crashed. The monorail is gonna collapse, and the train is on its way. It's gotta be stopped. To base. This is an emergency. Can you hear me? Stan! Down here.
Joe, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. What kept you?
Look, Joe, keep still. I'll winch you up into the copter.
No, Stan. First, radio the train. Tell them that the automatic signals are all out of action.
But that means the train won't stop. They'll all be killed.
Yeah, I radioed, but I guess my transmitter was smashed.
Okay, maybe they can stop it manually.
But I keep telling you, Tracy, nothing can go wrong with the signals.
But how can you be certain of that?
Ah, listen. We've spent enough money on safety devices. I'll say that's the radio. Excuse me.
Sure.
Now, I'll be right back.
Don't hurry. What do you think, Brains?
I'm not too happy, Mr. Tracy. There's too many loopholes.
I think you're right, Brains. Our friend Grafton is more interested in money than in people's lives.
Tracy, something's gone wrong. We're heading for trouble. And I mean trouble.
Stan, look.
I guess that does it. Nothing can save them now.
You've got to stop it somehow. What's going to happen to us?
You should have thought of that before. They're doing all they can. Just keep calm. I'm going to call the boys.
It's too late.
I realize that. But if you fail, we might need help after the crash.
If we survive.
Say, Grafton, I wonder...
What, Tracy? Have you thought of something?
I don't know. Have you heard of International Rescue?
Sure I have.
I believe to call them, you just send out a radio message.
Yeah, I heard that. Somehow they pick it up. Come on.
Keep at it, Brains. You're still our only hope.
Well, Tintin, here goes. Let's hope we've got it right.
We're increasing speed.
I don't understand.
My name is Tracy. I'm aboard the Pacific Atlantic Monotrain.
Go ahead. Tracy, this is International Rescue.
This is urgent. The monotrain is out of control, and we are heading for a damaged section of the track.
Is anyone with you?
The president of the monorail company is right beside me. And one other man and a girl are aboard.
Okay, Mr. Tracy. We're on our way.
Go ahead, John.
Scott, Dad, Brains, and Tintin are in trouble. That monotrain is heading for disaster.
Look, on the horizon.
A monotrain. So they couldn't stop it. Better radio for emergency services.
We're approaching a bend. You've got to stop this thing. All right. This is our last chance.
You're slowing up. You've done it, Brains.
Well, let's hope there's enough track left. We're still going too fast.
Oh, shut up.
They're going too fast.
538 to base. The train is okay. Repeat, the train is okay. We have called emergency services. We are now returning to base.
We're safe.
Easy, Tintin. It's all over now.
Thunderbird 1 calling. You folks are still in danger. Now, if you please do exactly as I tell you, there'll still be hope for you. Now, hurry through to the rear of the train. Walk back along the tracks.
What are we gonna do? We're trapped. There's no way down.
For a start, we'll keep calm.
Make your way back to the center coach. Thunderbird 2 will be here any moment now.
Lowering grabs.
Careful, Virgil.
Say, what goes on? Are they trying to murder us or something?
Okay, Virgil. Close grabs. Pull away, Virgil. Thunderbird 2 from Thunderbird 1.
Nice work, Virgil.
Thanks, Scott. You can leave everything to me now.
FAB, returning to base.
Boy, we made it.
We made it?
All right, Tracy. You know what I mean.
Well, I guess you won't be needing my investment now, Mr. Grafton. After the government inquiry into this crash, you'll be spending a nice long holiday. Behind bars.
That's where you're wrong, Tracy. I'm too smart. I'll get away with the inquiry. And I'll end up by being president of the greatest monorail network in the world.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is with pride that I declare that yet another line in the famous network of the Pacific Atlantic monorails is open.
Drop dead.
Cut it out, Grafton.
Drop dead, will you?
You're wasting your time. Time? Well, I guess that's one thing we've got plenty of.
Thunderbirds are go.
Fixed it up for us. Now you have to lie on the table, Mr. Tracy.
Oh, well, I'll try anything once.
Okay, Bob? Emergency, Scott. Away you go. Shame Mr. Scott. We're sorry.
I guess you're too heavy for our emergency exit.
The things I do for international rescue.